Welcome to the garden. We have found, during the ancient art of fuckering over the past couple of weeks, the solution to a problem. And here it is. And it's completely covered in time, but I'm going to blast it off with the compressed air. And then we'll be back with this, which is a fan. I'm only interested in this part of it. The rest of it is just eye candy. And I believe it is either a permanent split capacitor fan or a permanent capacitor fan, depending on what you call it. There's an incapacitator here. I don't know if the fan works. I don't know if the incapacitator works. I don't know if the wiring works. Well, a bit of anti-aging cream done wonders for her. She's come up a tree, hasn't she? Now, the way these things work. Should work. Through there is your main winding, and then through there is your auxiliary winding. Might have heard it called a run winding and a start winding, but either way, what there are is two windings, and one goes in series with the incapacitator and the other one doesn't. And it's a permanent capacitor motor because this incapacitator stays in the circuit at all times. If you get bigger motors, typically they'll have a clutch mechanism on them. It's centrifugal, so once it spins, it gets to a certain speed, the force pushes it out, and this capacitor, the start capacitor, will disconnect. So that's why it's a permanent capacitor. Split, not sure. One thing to note, we'll come back to this. If, whatever the value is, the value of this winding is equal to the value of that winding, you can switch the direction of the motor, or the fan in this case, by changing the Z1 and the Z2, and the U2 here. So you just basically swap which winding is connected in series with the incapacitator. And if you want to change the direction when they're different values, because this one will often be lower value than this one, what you then have to do is change the U1 and the U2. And you might be lucky and it'll be on a terminal block like this, but a lot of them, they're actually internally wired, so you just can't do that. And in theory, then you can't reverse the direction without opening the fan, which, go ahead. So, let's have a look at this girl. Looks possibly alright. Notice you don't even need the manual with this, so no need to upset your mum, because it says on here, slightly less clearly, what it's supposed to be wired like. So I shall spin it round and get the wire out. Just assume that's okay, that. Just cut all the wires while we're doing it. So that is an incapacitator. Just guess it's fine. That goes to here. Let's get you out. Rip. Where do you go? Oh, grand. Oh, it's a why not? Don't know what was in that. Anyway, we got fuegos, so we've got fuegos somewhere, so we'll use them. And the obligatory worst multi-core in history, flex. So what do we want to do? We want to connect. I'm going to need a bit more of you, mate. Yeah, missed. That'll do. That'll do. So we want to come from live. I'm guessing on these colours, you got live, neutral. That's going to be your one that goes through the incapacitor, and normally whatever I call that, the Z2. And that's probably your earth. I'm not sure why I think that. That's awful. Never like you anyway. The last time I realised I had to be somewhere about 20 minutes ago, and the flux capacitor's away for its service, so I had to go. But we're back, and we're going to hook this fan up and find out if the fan works and the incapacitator works, or one or the other, or neither. We're just going to follow what the wiring says on the sticker here, because obviously that's what the manufacturer says, and obviously they must be right, and there's all sort of electricity in there, so even if you know better, just follow whatever it says on the sticker sheet, whatever you get with it. So we are going to go, this is power neutral inlet, neutral, and we are going to go to black Z. Is that Z or U? It's U on this one. And the other one is through the capacitator to what they have called Z. Never liked you anyway. And the other side of the capacitor goes to red, and this goes to the brown. You in there, and then we've got blue cable live. Oop, missed. And Tetra to earth. Crap. Oh no, stragglers. Okay, that's in. So that is close enough. So now what we want to do is fire this up. That is plugged and powered. That's open, so we're okay. So, yikesy. And you go, yikesy. Yikesy. We could check that everything looks about right, but we're not going to. So pray to your respective gods and offer your chickens. Oh, it's a miracle. Worked a treat. Now I will just point out that this here says 230 vac, 50 hertz, 0.37 amps, 83 watts. Now with fan running, you can see I got 74 watts, 0.31 amps at 240 volts. So it looks about right. That's all she wrote.